What's up, guys? Welcome to Casa de Elijah. I am excited because this is the first ever vlog for my YouTube channel where I'm gonna give y'all my home studio, how I make songs, as well as places that I've been to where I wrote some of the songs that y'all know about. So I'm gonna give you some trivia and I'll just give you a little bit of an insight on this first episode into my personal life. So let's get started, shall we? So here we are. We are at my home studio. I call it the Sanctuary. And this is actually one of the spots that I filmed at. For everybody new, I am a singer, rapper, producer. I've been putting out music professionally for 4 years now. And yeah, I'm really excited because on this journey, I've been really just cooped up inside this room. So a lot of the songs that a lot of y'all have heard from my recent stuff, all the way to my early stuff when I was doing the Nightfall mixtape, it was all done here. Believe it or not, with a lot of the instrumentation and stuff like that, usually it's done here, but sometimes I go to other studios. But a lot of the mixing and mastering, everything has been done here. I usually sit on this couch and I write my songs. Here, as you can see right here, this is my simple, humble studio setup. I have my hard drive, my keyboard. I keep things very minimal. So, I'm not really big on trying to have the most fancy equipment because I personally feel that good music is just made, as cliche as it sounds, it's made from here. And also just having a creative mind, you know what I mean? But I don't knock anybody who does have a very, very fancy studio setup because I know I've heard amazing songs being made from there. But for me, I usually keep things very minimal. So for everybody watching, I am not a great guitar player or a piano player. I typically work with amazing musicians from the Inland Empire in Los Angeles and even in other countries like the Philippines, where I'll come up with a concept with drums and I'll have the musicians come in and they'll just kill it. I've been trying to practice. Honestly, I need to spend more time. So see, as you can see, I'm terrible, right? So usually when I am playing the guitar on a song, it's very simple notes and I'm taking random takes. So it's not like I'm super proficient at it, but I do try to hide it with the production. So this is essentially where the beats are being made. I use Ableton, and what I normally do is I'll start off with drums or an idea. Sometimes I'll write down oh man, I don't even have my notebook, but even this, sometimes I'll write on a random piece of paper or a napkin, and I'll come up with a theme of something that I've experienced in my life, and try to come up with a topic for me to write about, which then goes into the production. For everybody watching, I apologize for the long wait. These music files are pretty big. Okay, cool. So for instance, I'm just gonna go real quick and run through this with you guys. I have my song loaded up in Ableton Live, which again, this is what I use. Every day I'll be here in the studio when I'm not busy. I always try to get into the studio and try to create songs. So to start off, I have the song Natural, which just came out back in July. It all started when I was in the Philippines, and shout out to my guy, Elijvh Life. It started off where I told him let's come up with something that feels like it comes from the islands, right? So I had him play the guitar. So we have the guitar to start off, and then when he played the guitar and he got to that point where he was kind of just freestyling and coming up with some concepts, I had a bass line already set, and he played against it in that key, and it sounded dope. So I started adding some synthesizers that I feel are like my signature. I make a lot of my synthesizers, so I added all these synthesizers playing, in the key of, I actually forgot the key. But yeah, so I'll basically layer my synthesizers on top of the drums. And with the song, I wanted a topic that was gonna be about the current pandemic. I wanted to really try to nail the concept of knowing who's important to you through these turbulent times. It's natural to want to find happiness in chaotic times like this. So it's natural. After you put all my synthesizers, the guitars, and I have to mix it down, you'll hear what is natural.
Lost and gone, running far across the sunset to your soul. She's a natural.
You know, I'm able to make these in a simple home studio like this. So for anybody out there, any artists on the come up watching this, this could show that you can make amazing songs with a simple setup. You don't really need to get super fancy equipment. You know what I mean? So on my desk, what I usually have is stuff that have inspired me over the years and are things that really mean a lot to me. I bought this of Kanye West. This is the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album, and I bought this when it came out in 2010. It's beat up, but this album had impacted me a lot when I was in high school. So Michael Jackson's album Dangerous, which is more of an album that I appreciated in my later years as an adult. These albums have impacted me in present times when it comes to creating music. And then of course Late Registration, which is a gift by my brother Eric. Shout out to my brother Eric. And yeah, a lot of this is just stuff from my childhood, the Amiibos. You know, I'm a big gamer. I love Nintendo. I'm a big Nintendo fan, actually. So, and yeah, this is all pieces of memorabilia. This is like a reminder. You learn much more from failure than success. This is a plaque of my first mixtape, which was made by a good friend of mine. His name is Steven Alvarez, or Spiffy Man. He is a dope electronic producer. You know, shout out to him. This is Patrick Nagel, and Patrick Nagel is one of my favorite artists of all time. I usually try to collect his artwork because it does inspire me a lot. This stuff really, you know, I love looking at art when I'm creating music because it does get me to feel inspired. You know, I don't like to be in a minimalist room when I'm creating. When it comes to me living, like in my bedroom and stuff like that, that's another story, but we'll save that for another vlog episode. So yeah, you know, again, I collect a lot of Patrick Nagel. That right there, that's the Andy Warhol painting that I found at a Goodwill. That's another thing too. I do like to go to Goodwills and, you know, look for interesting things, clothes and whatnot. That's like a thing that I really enjoy doing. And then here's a painting that I made last year. I was going through some things. I have painted in the past a lot more. I just haven't gotten to it in recent years. I really want to get back into it when I'm not so busy. And then my cousin Diana made this. This is actually based off of my music video, Sensational. She took like the three main areas, the beach, the desert, and the forest, and made this dope artwork. And of course my collection of shoes, my Yeezys, all this other crap. I had a lot more shoes, but I sold them. All right, so I gave y'all a tour of my home studio and gave you a little bit of some insight in my songwriting and the things that really matter to me that I don't normally really share. And I'm really excited because right now, I'm gonna take y'all to the spots where I wrote Overdrive, Feel All Around, Unforgiven, and just give you a little bit of a tour of some of my personal favorite places that I always go to. So y'all ready? Let's get going. All right, so right now we are about to leave my house and go over to one of my favorite spots. It's called Oak Glen. It's over in the mountains, and I'm really excited. To show y'all some of the nearby spots that I wrote some of your favorite songs. Let's get started. So, Oak Glen is actually closed. I guess there was a fire. I didn't even know about this, but Chris, the awesome camera guy behind this thing, he actually just let me know when we were driving, so it's all good. There's another spot we can check out. Well, I wrote Overdrive over in Oak Glen. I wrote Unforgiven. It was actually here in Yucaipa. So in the city of Yucaipa, there's a little park. I usually go to like random places to write, and back in 2017, I just drove out to this random public park and I got inspired enough to write it. So right now we're gonna go drive down there and check it out. And yeah. This is the spot where I actually wrote Unforgiven. Most of Unforgiven was actually written here Oh, and also like I was in Tennessee too, but that's really just a few lines there. Most of the song was written here over in Elijvh, so that's kind of like a thing I've been doing for years, is that I like to go to random like parks, like spots that I don't necessarily like, wouldn't go for any other reason, I guess. So right now we're in Armando's, and this is one of my favorite places growing up around here in Moreno Valley, where I live. I've been going here for a long time. Anybody who's watching this from Moreno Valley, you know what this place is about, right? So yeah, I love it here. The food's delicious. Prior to COVID, it was cool to kick it in here, you know. But I usually get food to go because I'm always like, I'll get like a burrito, a carne asada like nachos, and then I'll go out and go right. So this is like the spot for me. Keith, that's good B-roll me laughing. Yeah, so going up this way, it's dope. It's kind of like a hidden mountain spot. But over the years, it's been pretty much pilfered, I guess the word. People have discovered it basically, and you know, you see a lot more people over the years. But when I was coming here, I feel like a hipster saying that. But
Back in my day.
You know, I was going over to this spot. I found it through a friend in high school, and yeah, just going all the time. Now in my area, we have a lot of donkeys, a lot. I know obviously donkeys, you won't find them everywhere. So a lot of people who come out to where I live at, they get mesmerized by the donkeys, but we get tired of them. I live a regular life, y'all. I'm just like pretty much everybody else. I take out the trash. The donkeys come in, they eat the trash and knock down the trash can, so I gotta go pick it up. You know, yeah. I remember one time actually, I baked a pie, and as stereotypical of a
cartoonist,
a cartoon or like a Winnie the Pooh thing, this donkey smelled it when I opened up the window, and when I was letting it cool, and it was trying to get into my house. That was a long time ago. So, ironically enough, this place is actually perfect for social distancing because it's really, everybody keeps their distance from around here. And whenever I'm here, like with like the homies and stuff like that, I usually come here in the afternoons. But when I'm here alone, I come here at night. And usually you can catch me right over here at that mountain right over there at the top of that hill. I'll be, you know, climbing up there, or if it's really empty, I might just park like right around on the side here and just get a view of the city. I love scenic areas, and one of the things that for me, even though I have extroverted tendencies, I do have a lot of introverted tendencies as well. And so yeah, I love to be in areas that are scenic, that are very quiet, not super high key, and you know, just away from everything. I love being alone and just having time for myself to write. So that about wraps it up for episode 1 of my vlog series. I don't really have a name for it yet. This is pretty raw in terms of like I'm still figuring things out, but I just wanted to give all of y'all a little bit of an insight into, you know, what I do. For everybody watching, thank you for watching my first episode. If you have any suggestions, anything like that, please leave a comment below. And please be sure to subscribe for new content and music from me. I'm always updating at the very least every week. And yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, of course, so you can get updated every time I drop a new video, new song, whatever. And yeah, again, everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support. I'm growing as an artist. I'm growing with all of you every single day. And yeah, there's plenty more to come, plenty more vlogs, and more surprises on the way. See y'all later.